ठीक है, तो हमने कल we had studied secondary databases, right? So we'll have a quick revision. Secondary databases are nothing but your databases which contain all the computationally processed sequence information from the primary databases. So all the information there is either manually created or it is going to be automatically generated. Okay? The amount of computational process. So basically, all of your data which is present in your secondary databases is all going to be annotated, right? It's going to contain additional information, okay, a detailed information about the sequences or about the structures of your nucleic acids or your proteins. So the nucleotide sequences, the secondary databases which contain your nucleotide sequences are Omniome database by, which is a database by TIGR, the Institute for Genomic Research, Flybase, and CoBase. Protein sequences secondary databases are ProCite and PFAM. प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर के लिए HSSP है and DNA structures के लिए NDB है. Okay, we had seen one database. Omniome is a microbial database maintained by TIGR. It also contains in other information about the organism, the structural composition of the DNA molecules, and all the proteins that are going to be formed after the DNA undergoes transcription and translation, respectively. This is a homepage for TIGR, which is a microbial database. Second is a GoBase. It is a database which contains all your information about the organelle genome, that is the genome of the mitochondria and the chloroplasts. Okay. The next one is the Flybase. It contains all the genomic information about the fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster. Okay, the homepage for Flybase. Next was the ProCite. So ProCite is a protein database, protein sequence database. Okay, it will contain all the information about the protein family along with its structure as well, but mainly it is more of a sequence database, protein sequence database. It is manually curated by terms of experts and tightly integrated with SwissProt. SwissProt is your primary protein sequence database, while ProCite is your secondary protein sequence database. The homepage. PFAM is again a protein sequence database. It is represented by MSA, that is multiple sequence alignments and hidden Markov models. It contains information about the classification of protein families and all its domains. This is the page, one of the examples I had given for keratin in PFAM. Next is HSSP, which is a protein database for the 3D structures. Okay. So with the help of that, we can group similar proteins having coming from a same family of structure homologues. Okay. It is used for what? It is used to analyze residue conservation in the structural context. Okay. Protein residue basically. So what is a protein residue? A protein residue is basically जब एक अमीनो एसिड, बहुत सारे अमीनो एसिड्स एक पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन बनाते हैं, राइट? दे मेक अ पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन एंड इंडिविजुअल अमीनो एसिड्स आर बेसिकली कॉल्ड योर रेसिड्यूज. ठीक है, so to analyze the conservation of the residues, then to define structurally meaningful sequence pattern, to study the evolution of the proteins, its folding and the designing. So this is the alignment in HSSP and this is the sequence profile in HSSP. Next is your NDB. It is your nucleic acid structure database basically. It also contains information which is specific to its structure and function. Also, since it also contains RNA structures along with the DNA structures. This is a page for NDB basically. You can use n number of filters, okay, to search your particular protein or DNA, okay, or RNA, whatever it is. Then we had seen structural databases. We had seen SCOP. SCOP is a structural classification of proteins databases. So जो भी मेरा information यहाँ इस database में रहेगा, it is going to help me to study the structural and evolutionary relationships between the proteins whose structure is known. ठीक है, it is going to contain the structures of proteins basically here, and it is going to give me a detailed description of the same. So I can use those protein structures to study the relationship, evolutionary relationships between them. Do they come from a common ancestor or what it is? ठीक है. Okay, so we use sequence comparison methods like BLAST, PSI BLAST. There is also FASTA. Okay, then this is a home page for SCOP. So I can study different types of myosin which is present. Either I could study a heavy chain striated muscle protein or myosin 11. If you see the species name also is there, it is very different. हर protein का अलग species उन्होंने mention किया हुआ है. Okay, and I can also go to UniProt and check the sequence. I can go to PDB and check its structure in the primary databases. Well, ठीक है, so secondary structure, the structural database will also give me annotations about the same kind of protein. Next is your CATH. So it provides hierarchical classification of protein domains based on their folding patterns. Okay, so whatever data is available in PDB, ठीक है, वो लोग वही data PDB से retrieve करके they will give it to you in CATH. Okay, so CATH basically comes from class, architecture, topology, and homologous superfamily. ठीक है, it is going to classify the particular protein in this hierarchical scheme. Right, it is going to give you the class of the protein, its architecture, structure, its topology, and which family, homologous superfamily, it belongs to. Okay, that's what CATH does. So today we are going to learn how to perform database searching. अब हमारे पास databases है. We have primary databases, secondary databases. Also we have structural databases. There are so many databases that we have learned about. But how do I access the data? Okay, how do I search the data? That is your database searching. So knowing how to access and search this information is essential, right? Data deposit किसी ने तो कर दिया है database में, but how do I access and search the information? I should know that, है ना? Information है, मुझे पता है, but क्या है वो भी तो मुझे पता होना चाहिए. So how am I going to access this information? So first, allowing text searching in a multitude of a molecular biology database and provide link to relevant information for entries that match the search criteria. Okay, so I need to know कि क्या types के searches मैं use कर सकती हूँ so that I can scan my database, okay, or search my database. There are two main ways of searching. One is your text-based searching, ठीक है, तो जिसमें हम annotations search करेंगे, maybe a particular function of a protein, or we just put the name of the protein. Okay, examples are SRS and Enthres, right? We had studied about these information retrieval systems, SRS and Enthres. So I'm not going to go back in the detail. ठीक है, if you don't remember, please go back. Let me know if you don't remember. ठीक है, because I haven't I have uploaded the video. I think of this. If it's available on the channel, then go through. If not, then maybe you may have written notes, hopefully. Okay? So SRS and Enthres are text-based searching methods, and another one is sequence-based. Okay? Where we search the sequence. For example, there is a DNA sequence. Okay? वही sequence में type करके, or maybe using tools like BLASTA, FASTA and SW, I can search my sequence, with the help of which I will get my DNA or my protein. Okay, there are two ways, text-based and sequence-based searching. In text-based, we are going to search the annotations. In sequence-based, we are going to search the sequence. Text-based में examples क्या है? SRS and Enthres, and sequence-based में we have BLASTA, FASTA or FASTA and SW search. Okay. Now, BLAST and FASTA are heuristic algorithms. What they are, we will study later on. For now, just know that they're heuristic algorithms, and SW search is a dynamic programming method. Okay. So, BLAST हम किसके लिए use करते हैं? We generally use it for proteins. हम nucleotides के लिए use करते हैं. And SW search we can use for both proteins and nucleotides. But it is very slow. ठीक है, it is very sensitive than BLAST and FASTA, but it is comparatively very slow. ठीक है, so generally we go with FASTA and BLAST for a regular routine studies. But if there is extensive research and everything, then we have to also use SW. ठीक है, ये क्या है हम ऊपर से थोड़ा बहुत देखेंगे, and then later on we'll have a detailed study. Okay, so What do you mean by sequence based searching? है ना, अभी text based searching में SRS and Entrez है, हम already पढ़ चुके हैं in information retrieval system. So now we are moving on to sequence based searching, ठीक है, जिसमें हम sequences को search करने वाले हैं. So it is a straightforward technique to search a DNA sequence, ठीक है. We will search a DNA sequence in a DNA database, है ना. मैं डीएनए डेटाबेस में जाके प्रोटीन सर्च नहीं कर सकती हूँ. आई कैंट गो टू EMBL एंड सर्च फॉर अ प्रोटीन. इट वुड नॉट मेक सेंस. आई वुड रादर सर्च फॉर अ डीएनए सीक्वेंस इन अ डीएनए डेटाबेस. Okay. However, it is also possible to translate a coding DNA sequence into a protein sequence and then search it against protein databases, right? हमने ये पहले भी देखा हुआ है कि डीएनए का जो सीक्वेंस होता है, इट अंडरगोस ट्रांसक्रिप्शन, एमआरएनए विल अंडरगो ट्रांसलेशन, आफ्टर पोस्ट ट्रांसलेशन मॉडिफिकेशन इट विल फॉर्म अ प्रोटीन, है ना. तो मैं भी ये कर सकती हूँ. आई कैन डायरेक्टली टेक द डीएनए सीक्वेंस फ्रॉम अ डीएनए डेटाबेस, उसको मैं ट्रांसलेट कर सकती हूँ इनटू प्रोटीन सीक्वेंस. वो प्रोटीन सीक्वेंस को आई कैन सर्च इट अगेंस्ट द प्रोटीन डेटाबेसेस, राइट. DNA databases are much larger than protein databases and they grow faster. This also means more random hits, right? Translation of a DNA sequence to a protein sequence causes loss of information. मैं DNA sequence to protein sequence में कर सकती हूँ, but it can also cause loss of information. ठीक है? Protein sequences are more biologically preserved than DNA sequences, but जो भी प्रोटीन सीक्वेंसेस होता है वो ज्यादा प्रिजर्व्ड होते हैं देन द डीएनए सीक्वेंसेस, इवन दो देयर इज अ ड्रॉबैक दैट देयर कुड बी लॉस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. Bottom line is translating DNA to a protein will yield better results when it is possible. When possible, it is a recommended technique. ठीक है, भले ही it has its own drawbacks, but the benefits are overweighing the drawback. ठीक है, so it is normally better to translate the DNA to a protein and then search it against a protein database. Now, protein sequences are always searched against protein databases. Just like DNA sequence, we are searching it against a DNA database. We're going to search a protein sequence against a protein database. Okay. Now, BLAST, जो हमने देखा था, right? We had seen one of the search-based technique, right? A sequence searching technique, which is your BLAST. So BLAST का full form is Basic Local Alignment Search Tool. ठीक है? The BLAST program was developed by NCBI in 1990 and has become one of the most popular programs for sequence analysis. BLAST programs were designed for fast database searching with minimal sacrifice of sensitivity and distantly related sequences. तो BLAST programs क्यों design किया था? To give me results fast, but also not losing much of its sensitivity. The program compares the query to each sequence in the database. If I'm having a query, my sequence that I put is my query into the database. Databases में already 100,000 sequences है. So this BLAST program is going to compare my query sequence against each of the sequences which are present in the database. यानी कि my one sequence, BLAST is going to search it with the 100,000 sequences which are present in the database. Okay. It has sub programs. हम BLAST detail में पढ़ेंगे आगे. Okay. For now, just know the superficial knowledge about BLAST. Okay. There is a basic local alignment search tool, and when we use BLAST, हम लोग sequence search के लिए या sequence analysis के लिए हम BLAST use करते हैं. Okay. So this is how it looks. ये हमने पहले भी पढ़ा था. Okay. This picture we had seen right in the beginning as well. Okay, this is how a BLAST hit looks like. ठीक है, so this is a reference sequence, okay, from the database, that is a Homo sapiens का, ठीक है, and this is how your BLAST hit looks like after you run the BLAST for the particular sequence. This is how it looks like. Okay, हम जब वेबलेम करेंगे तब मैं तुम लोगों को ज्यादा डिटेल में उसको एक्सप्लेन करूंगी. For now, just remember. Next is your FASTA or FASTA for database similarity search tool which was developed. तो BLAST के पहले FASTA आया था, ठीक है, to the first database similarity search tool and the sequence comparison software. Okay, तो BLAST भी sequence compare करता है and even FASTA is going to or FASTA is also going to do your sequence comparison. Okay, it is offered by the EBI, whereas BLAST is offered and developed by the NCBI. It also has sub-programs like FastX hai. Okay, so this is how your sequence looks like in a FASTA format in alphabets. Okay, but they're amino acids. Okay. Okay. Next is your SW sorting method. That is your Smith-Waterman sorting method. It's basically an algorithm developed by the scientists. It compares the query to each sequence in the database. But जैसे हमने starting में ही देखा हुआ है कि it is very slow, but it is highly sensitive. It is very much sensitive than FASTA and BLAST. Okay, so it is exhaustive. Hence, it is a slow method because it is very sensitive. It is a slow method. However, the heuristic methods are limited in sensitivity and are not guaranteed to find the optimal alignment. ये तुम लोग को optimal alignment बाद में समझेगा when we study about sequence alignment. But for now, know that BLAST and FASTA, they are heuristic methods, right? So they are very limited in sensitivity. They are not highly sensitive, and that is why they are very fast. But SW searching method is very sensitive, and that's why it takes a longer time, right? That's why it is a slow method to give me the results. They often fail to find alignment for distantly related sequences. And it has been estimated that, for some families of protein sequences, BLAST can miss 30% of truly significant hits. Okay? For this purpose, the computer codes for the Needleman, Wunsch, and Smith-Waterman algorithms have to be modified to run in a parallel processing environment so that searches can be completed within reasonable time periods. ठीक है, तो अभी क्या किया है, blast and fast भी हम करते हैं, ठीक है, researchers will do that also, but parallelly they will also run the SW search algorithm, ठीक है, so that they can get very sensitive and accurate results. Empirical tests have indeed shown that the exhaustive method produces superior results over the heuristic methods. इसका क्या मतलब है, SW method जो है, it is going to give me very good results as compared to BLAST and FASTA. So it is very much possible कि कुछ alignments या कुछ sequences वहां पे miss हो जाएंगे जो SW मुझे find करके दे सकता है, ठीक है, similarity मुझे वो ढूंढ के दे सकता है. That is why it will take more time. Okay. यहाँ तक समझा है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, moving on to the term sequence alignment. What do you mean by sequence alignment? Can anybody tell me? What comes to your mind when you hear the term sequence alignment? Maybe
Alignment of the sequences. Way
alignment
of
of,
arranging the sequence.
okay. Okay. So, sequence comparison is an important first step towards structural and functional analysis of newly determined sequences. इसका क्या मतलब होता है, जब भी हम research कर रहे हैं and we come to find a new sequence, ठीक है, तो we need to know कि what could be the function of it and what could be its structure. Right. So if I want to know कि मेरे particular sequence, protein sequence का for example क्या function है, उसका क्या structure हो सकता है, what I will do is I will compare my sequence with the sequences that are already present in my databases. ठीक है, that is where sequence comparison comes into the picture. Right, I'm comparing my sequence against the other sequences which are already present in the database. So when I will compare my sequence with the n number of sequences, I may be able to study the structure of my protein as well as the functional properties of the particular protein sequence. Okay. So the most fundamental process in this type of comparison is sequence alignment. So sequence alignment में क्या होता है, मेरा एक sequence है, ठीक है, and database में एक sequence है. Okay. So my sequence is going to get aligned in such a way where they're having complementary or opposite sequences. ठीक है, for example अगर DNA sequence है, DNA sequence में क्या होता है, ATG repeatedly. So it could be, my sequence could be say AGTC ACG. Okay. So if I'm, this is my sequence and I'm searching it against a database, a nucleotide database, ठीक है? So my sequence is going to get aligned against a sequence from the database which is having similar sequence. Okay, that is what sequence alignment is. Now, identifying the evolutionary relationships between sequences will help to characterize the function of unknown sequences. है ना? Evolutionary relationships मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा? When I'm going to compare my sequence, unknown sequence with the known sequences. ठीक है? So if I'm able to identify is there any evolutionary relationship, are those proteins coming from the same ancestral protein? It will help me characterize its function. Okay, that's what this term means, identifying evolutionary relationships. Now, when a sequence alignment reveals significant similarity among a group of sequences, they can be considered as belonging to the same family. Means, if my sequence A and there is a sequence B from the database having very similar groups of sequences, ठीक है, उनका बहुत ही nearby or very close related sequences है, almost same sequences है, ठीक है, अगर DNA sequence है तो AGCTA है और ऊपर भी AGCTA है but there is something else as well like ATGC कुछ है, so they are very similar, ठीक है, बहुत similarity आ गई उन sequences के बीच में, so both the sequences will be said to be belonging to the same family. Okay, if one member within the family has a known structure and function, है ना, जो डेटाबेस में सीक्वेंस है उसका स्ट्रक्चर एंड फंक्शन ऑलरेडी पता है, इसलिए तो वो डेटाबेस में है, बराबर, लेकिन मेरा जो सीक्वेंस है इट इज येट अननोन, आई डोंट नो द फंक्शन और द स्ट्रक्चर. सो इफ आई कम टू नो कि सीक्वेंस अलाइनमेंट के बाद मुझे पता चलता है कि अरे तो बहुत ही सिग्निफिकेंटली दे वेरी सिमिलर टू ईच अदर, तो मुझे ऑलरेडी ऊपर वाले सीक्वेंस का यानी कि डेटाबेस वाले सीक्वेंस का स्ट्रक्चर और फंक्शन पता है, it will help me to predict the structure and function of my sequence as well or the newly found sequence as well. ठीक है, तो अगर known sequence का अगर हमको structure function पता है and unknown का नहीं पता है and we get to know that they're very similar to each other, I can predict the structure and function of my sequence or the known sequence. Okay, using sequence alignment. Therefore, it can be used as a basis for prediction of structure and function of uncharacterized sequence. जो मैंने बोला वो वही है. Sequence alignment के दो types होते हैं. There is a pairwise sequence alignment and there is a multiple sequence alignment. ठीक है. Pairwise, as the name suggests, two pairs of sequences are going to get aligned, whereas multiple sequence alignment में एक के against बहुत सारे sequences are going to get aligned. Okay, तो हम वो दोनों पढ़ने वाले हैं. Okay, the next thing is to know are homologous and similar. These two terms, are they the same thing? Okay, so when two sequences are descended from a common evolutionary origin, they are said to have a homologous relationship or to share homology. ठीक है, यानी कि जो दो sequences होते हैं, जो one could be known, one could be unknown, right? So if they're descending from a common evolutionary origin, एक ही प्रोटीन से वो लोग आए हैं, they're said to have a homologous relationship, right? Like we came from apes, all humans have come from apes, है ना? तो हम लोग सब में एक homology हम share करते हैं because we come from the same evolutionary origin. So we are said to be homologous. In the same way, when two sequences are descending or coming from a common protein का evolution के बाद, they're said to have a homologous relationship. So हमारा डीएनए सीक्वेंस एंड एप का डीएनए सीक्वेंस इज ऑलमोस्ट होमोलोगस, हम उन्हीं से इवॉल्व होकर आए. रिलेटेड बट डिफरेंट टर्म इज सीक्वेंस सिमिलैरिटी और सिमिलैरिटी when which is the percentage of aligned residues. Okay, so when we talk about sequence homology and sequence similarity का मतलब होता है कि कितना रेसिड्यूज जो है वो कितने सिमिलर है दोनों सीक्वेंसेस में, दैट इज योर सीक्वेंस सिमिलैरिटी. ओके, व्हाट आर रेसिड्यूज? दे आर योर प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर्स में जो अमीनो एसिड्स होते हैं, दे आर योर रेसिड्यूज. ओके, सो द परसेंटेज ऑफ अलाइंड रेसिड्यूज or the ones that are similar in both the sequences are similar in physiochemical properties like size, charge and hydrophobicity. Okay, वो होता है तुम्हारा sequence similarity. Sequence homology is an inference or conclusion about a common ancestral relationship which is drawn from sequence similarity comparison when the two sequences share high enough degree of similarity. So we will call two particular sequences to be homologous when the sequence similarity is known. Based on the sequence similarity हम बोलेंगे कि ये homologous है कि नहीं. Okay, it's for example, if the percentage of sequence similarity or the similarity between the two sequences is say 80%, तो हम बोलेंगे कि ये दोनों sequences homologous है. Okay, but if the sequence similarity is say just 10% or 5%, हम बोलेंगे कि sequences are non-homologous. Why? Because they do not share that much of similarity. That is why they are non-homologous. But if the sequences are sharing a lot of similarity, they are called homologous. ठीक है? On the other hand, similarity is a direct result of observation from the sequence alignment. So sequence similarity is quantitative, sequence homology is qualitative. Bottom line. ठीक है? Okay. Let me just see आगे क्या है. Okay. Okay, just tell me कि यहाँ तक तुम लोगों को समझा है क्या? Anyone having any doubt or कुछ समझा नहीं है? Just too much सर के ऊपर से जा रहा है? Something like that.
क्लियर मिस.
Okay.
मैम
ठीक है, आगे पढ़. हाँ.
सीक्वेंस सिमिलरिटी फिर से बताओ.
सीक्वेंस सिमिलैरिटी फिर से बताऊं? ओके, एक मिनट. हाँ, मैं फिर स्क्रीन शेयर कर देती हूँ. ओके, ठीक है. तो सी सिमिलैरिटी दो सीक्वेंसेस है. ठीक है, एक सीक्वेंस ए है, एक सीक्वेंस बी है. मुझे जानना है कि इनमें कोई सिमिलैरिटी है क्या. मुझे क्यों जानना है? बिकॉज आई वांट टू नो आर दे हैविंग एनी एवोल्यूशनरी रिलेशनशिप. ठीक है, क्या ये एक ही कॉमन प्रोटीन से इवॉल्व होकर आए हैं क्या? आई वांट टू स्टडी दैट. तो पहले मैं देखूंगी कि आर दे सिमिलर टू ईच अदर और नॉट. सिमिलर का मतलब क्या होता है? ऑलमोस्ट सेम, एक जैसा. ठीक है, तो अगर मेरा ए सीक्वेंस ए है, सीक्वेंस बी है, मैं क्या करूंगी? मैं उनका सीक्वेंस अलाइनमेंट टूल्स यूज करूंगी, जैसे ब्लास्ट हो गया या फास्ट हो गया. ठीक है, आई एम गोइंग टू यूज दोस टूल्स एंड दोस टूल्स आर गोइंग टू अलाइन माय सीक्वेंसेस इन सच अ वे दैट अगर उनके सीक्वेंसेस में कुछ भी सिमिलैरिटी है तो वो मुझे एक स्कोर दे देगा कि इतना दे आर सिमिलर. मतलब उनमें जो सीक्वेंसेस है, उनके जो प्रोटीन रेसिड्यूज है, दे आर सिमिलर. ओके, सो व्हेन विल यू, सो जब हमको पता चल जाता है कि ये दो सीक्वेंसेस सिमिलर है, वो कौन से टर्म्स में आएगा? इट विल कम एज अ परसेंटेज. तो अगर वो दोनों सीक्वेंसेस सिमिलर है तो आई माइट गेट अ परसेंटेज और अ स्कोर ऑफ से 80%. दे आर 80% सिमिलर. So when they are similar, they are going to be homologous. Homologous का मतलब क्या होता है? वो लोग एक ही evolutionary origin से आए हुए हैं. Human का DNA sequence, apes का DNA sequence, they are going to be similar and homologous. Similar why? Because we are coming from them only, है ना? हमको पता है कि हम उन्हीं से evolve होकर आए. That is the reason कि our DNA sequence and their DNA sequence is almost similar. ओके, ओवर द टाइम हम लोग भी इवॉल्व हो गए हैं, तो देयर हैव बीन मेनी चेंजेस इन आवर डीएनए सीक्वेंस, बट देयर आर सर्टेन डीएनए सीक्वेंसेस व्हिच आर गोइंग टू बी कॉमन बिटवीन द टू स्पीशीज. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट सिमिलैरिटी इज। सिमिलैरिटी एक वर्ड का ही मतलब वो होता है कि एक जैसा होना, ठीक है। तो दो सीक्वेंसेस अगर एक जैसे हैं यानी कि उनके जो कोड्स है दे आर ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर, ATGC TA, ओके, अननोन जो सीक्वेंस मैंने अभी जो प्रोटीन है, DNA है, मैंने अभी इसको सीक्वेंस किया है तो मुझे उसका एक सीक्वेंस मिला है ATGC TA, और मेरा अननोन का क्या है, ATGC AC है फॉर एग्जाम्पल। तो देर ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर हो गए ना वो लोग, सिर्फ लास्ट के दो तीन जो उसके जो कोड्स है वो अलग है, बट अदरवाइज द सीक्वेंस इज द सेम, सिमिलर है। तो तब मैं बोलूंगी कि ये दोनों सीक्वेंस जो है दे आर सिमिलर टू ईच अदर, एंड बिकॉज आर सो सिमिलर, 80% सिमिलर है, दे आर होमोलोगस टू ईच अदर, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर उन दोनों के बीच में सिमिलैरिटी ही नहीं है, सीक्वेंसेस के बीच में या उनके रेसिड्यूज में कुछ सिमिलैरिटी ही नहीं है या कॉमन ही नहीं है कुछ, तो हम बोलेंगे कि दे आर नॉन होमोलोगस, दे डू नॉट कम फ्रॉम द कॉमन एवोल्यूशनरी ओरिजिन, ठीक है। ये दोनों का डिफरेंस है, ये दोनों टर्म्स के बीच में डिफरेंस जानना जरूरी है, बिकॉज समटाइम्स इफ यू रीड रिसर्च पेपर्स तो उसमें ये दोनों टर्म्स इंटरचेंज होकर आते हैं, बट यू शुड नो दैट दो सीक्वेंसेस होमोलोगस तब होंगे व्हेन दे आर सिमिलर, जब उनके सीक्वेंसेस सिमिलर है तो ही हम बोलेंगे कि वो होमोलोगस है, ठीक है। अगर वो लोग सिमिलर नहीं है दे आर नॉन होमोलोगस, ओके। अभी समझा ऋषिकेश?
यस मैम।
ओके ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम लोग रुके कि आगे बढ़ना है, क्या करना है मुझे बोलो। अगर कोई कुछ बोलेगा नहीं तो आई जस्ट टेक माय डिसीजन।
मैम स्टॉप कर दो।
ओके ठीक है, यहाँ तक होपफुली समझा है सबको। बहुत छोटा लेक्चर था आज का, ठीक है। हमने अब तक प्राइमरी डेटाबेसेस पढ़ा है, सेकेंडरी डेटाबेसेस, स्ट्रक्चरल डेटाबेसेस, और आज हमने क्या पढ़ा आगे का, कि एक डेटाबेस को सर्च कैसे करता है ना। टेक्स्ट बेस्ड सर्चेस में एंट्रेस एंड SRS है, एंड सीक्वेंस बेस्ड में हम लोग ब्लास्ट एंड फास्टा यूज करने वाले हैं, ठीक है। तो लेकिन उसके पहले वी हैव टू आल्सो स्टडी व्हाट आर द एल्गोरिदम्स बिहाइंड इट, कि ब्लास्ट एंड फास्ट के एल्गोरिदम्स क्या होते हैं, वो सभी हमको पढ़ना है, ठीक है। So we're going to study a broad topic on Monday, that is sequence alignment, ठीक है। उसके दो टाइप्स हम पढ़ेंगे, उसके पीछे एल्गोरिदम क्या है वो पढ़ेंगे, एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी ब्लास्ट एंड फास्टा इन अ लिटिल डेप्थ, ठीक है। ओके, बिकॉज ये टूल्स हम वेबलेम्स में यूज करने वाले हैं, तो बिफोर यूजिंग द वेबलेम्स, यूजिंग दोस टूल्स इन द वेबलेम्स, यू नीड टू नो कि वो एग्जैक्टली क्या करते हैं और किसके लिए यूज करते हैं, ओके ठीक है। मंडे को मिलेंगे, मंडे मेरा लेक्चर मोस्टली 11 बजे रहेगा, ओके। जो भी रहेगा विल अपडेटेड ऑन द ग्रुप, ओके ठीक है। यू कैन लीव, बाय बाय।
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye.